Hello, loves. I hope you're having a beautiful, amazing, blessed, love filled day. I hope you're making time to put that into your life because we have to make time for the things that we want to be in our lives. You know, it matters. Sometimes we have to schedule in a time for love, a time for peace, to remind ourselves to be gentle with ourselves. So I hope that you have scheduled into your day, just like you schedule into your day to eat, to drink water. I hope you've scheduled into your day time for peace, time for love, time for laughter, into your mental psyche of your day. We all need that healing energy, especially at this time. So I send you so much love and good vibrations and good energy. So today I was in the park with my dog, which I do every single day, and I was looking at all of the beautiful clovers that were in the grass. And I was looking at the little white leaves that were next to all the clovers. And then when I looked closely, I saw this little tiny sparrow that was inside of the clover in the grass. And I'm not sure what the gender of the sparrow was, but they were just sitting in the grass. And then when I just was quiet and I stood still, it poked its head out, looked around, and flew away. And then I noticed this beautiful bee, and it was just going from flower to flower, pollinating, doing its thing. And then I saw all the birds in the trees, and they were making all their own unique song sounds, and it just sounded so beautiful. And I thought to myself, everything in nature understands who they are and what their purpose is. Everything in nature understands who they are and what their purpose is. And while nature itself is quiet, right? We think of it as calming and as peaceful. What's going on with all the birds and the, bees and all of the beautiful sounds of nature when everyone is doing its purpose in nature is beautiful. It's noisy, it's loud. But it's this beautiful symphony of purpose, of clarity, of knowing that you are contributing to something larger. And so when I was thinking about what I could talk to you all today about, what could I share from my own thoughts that really inspired me today, is this concept of unplugging for clarity and peace. Yes. The strong need for us as human beings to unplug for clarity and peace. And when I say unplug, I mean, now everything is a distraction. The majority of the things that we purchase, the majority of the things that we are surrounded by, that have been created for us to better, function in this world, in this modern day world, it's a lot of whistles and dings and notifications, right? It's a lot of checking your phone all the time. It's a lot of scheduling things. It's a lot of alarms, replying back to people. And that's how we've learn to make connections in this very demanding of our time way. And guess what? The psyche, the human psyche, the heart, our bodies, our physical bodies, the physical space that we inhabit in this body needs clarity, needs quiet, needs peace, the total opposite of that in order to really function, right? The opposite of all the noise. I don't know if you can hear it in this video, but it's the summertime, and outside of my window right now, there's so much music being blasted, you know? And I think to myself, that is so beautiful that people are enjoying music. But I also think how important the opposite is as well. For us to take time to unplug and be in quietness. Because in quietness, when things are not so busy, things are not so loud, things are not so crazy, you know exactly where you are, who you are at that moment. And there's this strong feeling of direction, isn't there? When you're quiet, when you allow yourself to be centered, when you aren't distracted by your phone or television or your computer or what have you, any technology, you can really take time to find clarity, can't you? Because the mind can do its thing. The heart can do its thing. Intuition can guide you. You know, intuition is such a wonderful thing, isn't it? It's our internal compass. It is what truly directs our life. It's our connection to God. It's our connection to the universe. It is there to steer us in the right direction. When you have a good feeling about something, that's your intuition guiding you in the right direction. Keep going that way. When you have a not so good feeling about something, right? There's two things there. It's important to check in with yourself about, am I letting my fear get the best of me? Or is my intuition telling me that I need to go a different direction? Right? But it's guiding you to really think about that. But honestly, when we have a lot of distraction, when we're not unplugging, when we're not putting all of our distractions to rest for a little while so that we can really tune in to who we are, it's hard. It's hard to see clearly. It's hard to focus on what it is that you really are here to do. And I remember when when I first got an iPhone, and I didn't know that you could turn off notifications and silence your phone. I didn't know that you could, do all sorts of things to take out whatever it was, whatever distraction you wanted, to make the phone work for you, not you being used by and being worked by the phone. And so every call that I used to get, I would pick up. Every time I would hear a ding, I would look at it. And my mind was very scattered in that way. Even on my computer, before I changed the settings, the notifications would constantly be popping up on my computer, and I was trying to type, I was trying to write, and I would get distracted by those things until I learned, you know what? I don't need any of that. I can turn all of that off. Every night I used to take my phone with me to my bedroom, and then, I would set it on my nightstand. And even before I had a nightstand, I would set it underneath my pillow. And it was with me all the time. Literally running my life, literally guiding me and directing my life. Until I learned that I am the guide of my life. I am the director of my life. Inside of me, I have the best GPS system ever, honey, called intuition to guide me, to give me clarity. And I was a very indecisive person before because I just was pulled in so many different directions. My mind was always pulled in so many different directions. But the more that I've unplugged, the more that I've set boundaries for myself. You know, it's important to set boundaries with yourself, with technology, with others, to have things put in place for you so that you can live your best life possible, right? And so I started to learn that, hey, you know what? I need a schedule with my phone. I need to set aside specific times when I'm going to be looking at it. And so one of the things that has been very helpful in me unplugging is, unless I know I'm going to need my phone for something, because I know someone, I'm expecting a call. When I walk my dog in the morning and I go to the park, I don't bring my phone because that's a distraction. That's our time, my time that I share with my dog in nature. That's our time to connect to each other, to connect with nature. And it's funny, you know, when those times that I actually do bring my phone, my dog will stop and look at me like, what is that? Why do you have that distraction? She knows, she feels the energy of it. So putting things in place to allow yourself to unplug and take time to find clarity and peace is so vital, especially when you are trying to heal, especially when you are feeling like everything around you is chaotic. It is so important for you to think about what you are consuming, what you are looking at, what's getting in the way, what's distracting you from doing the things you know you really want to do, right? I've shared with you in other videos that I am really obsessed with my schedule. And I have tried my best, even during this quarantine time, I have tried my best to stick to a schedule. And I'll be honest, I think that things have really altered. Because it's sort of like we're in this time loop, right? We wake up, the same thing happens every day. If you have the opportunity to still be working, you know, it may be different for you. But if you're someone who's been quarantined at home because of all of the different reasons, you know, it can be hard when you're home all the time to stick to a routine. So having a schedule set in place so that you have specific times where you do things, so that you know when you're going to look at your phone and when you're not. When you know this is my unplug time, I'm putting my phone in a different room. That's been very helpful for me. If I want to create, if I want to be writing, if I want to be thinking about my next speech, generally I'll put my phone somewhere else so I'm not distracted by it. I'll put it on silent so I'm not distracted by it, or do not disturb. Because the mind needs quietness for all of the brilliant ideas from the ethers of the universe to come into your mind and empower you and inspire you, for all of the love and the joyful energy to radiate through you and inspire you. You could do that by having quiet moments. Another thing that's been very helpful for me is turning my phone off at night, or at 8 p.m. saying, okay, that's my cutoff time. I'm not going to use my phone anymore for the rest of the night, and leaving it in a different room. Because that really helps my mind to get in the space of sleep, my mind to get in the frame of, okay, this is our quiet time. And it's something that you work at constantly. Does that mean every day at 8 o'clock I'm not using my phone? No. It's hard. But it's something that you work at. Because unplugging has become so rare now. Even though it's like counterintuitive to who we are, we have to now make sure that we are fitting that time into our schedule so that we can have a healthy time for quietness, for peace, for clarity, for inner thoughts, for journal writing. You know I'm a journal enthusiast, right? When I can, I shared with you, I always do my gratitude journal in the morning where I talk about, write in my journal about what I'm grateful for. But then I also, if I can and when I can, either mentally or I write it down, think about all the things that I'm grateful for, at least 3 things that happened to me on that specific day before I go to sleep. And so I'm not focusing on all the social media content that I'm consuming right before bed. I'm focusing on gratitude before bed. And you're reshaping your mind. You're empowering your emotions. One of the beautiful things that my partner does is she listens to meditation before bed. And that has been life-changing because it creates an aura of peace in our bedroom, because it's just very calming and soothing. So be thinking about ways that you can switch so that you can fit unplugging into your day, so that you can decompress before you go to sleep. Because when you go to sleep, that's such a prime time where your brain, where your mind is connecting to your subconscious, where you can have conversations with your ancestors, when you can have conversations with your higher self, where you can get ideas, where you can have things come to you in your dreams. I've had so many things come to me while I'm unplugged. When you're in the shower, or you are brushing your teeth, or you are walking in nature, because your mind is quiet, you're able to receive so much, right? You get so many ideas, you get so many hunches of what you should be doing or what you can do to change your situation if you'd like to change it, or to start that business idea if you'd like to start it. Or just, you know what? That isn't working for me. You know what? That relationship is toxic. But when we quiet our minds, we can think about that. So schedule it into your day. Time to unplug. When you take walks in nature, when you go to the park, when you are getting ready for bed, maybe keep your phone in a different room if you can. Maybe tell yourself, okay, at 8 o'clock, I put my phone on airplane mode or whatever it is you want to do, and you disconnect. And then, if you challenge yourself, you can do from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., no phone. Because the first thing we do sometimes when we wake up is we check our phone. But I would encourage you, when you wake up, to do a reflection, to think about what you dreamed about, right? I often find in between the time where I am just about to wake up, I get all of this information, right? That time in between sleeping, dreaming, and waking up. And so what's been helpful for me is to create a space, like a writing space, to be able to write those things down so I don't forget them. Like have a post-it by your bed. And that can happen at night too. Sometimes ideas come to you as you're falling asleep. So unplug, my loves. Remember, the content that you consume truly affects how you feel. But really, everything that you need is already within you. All the information, all the answers to the questions are really within you. The question is, how deep are you willing to go? How much are you willing to tap into your own internal GPS, your intuition? How much are you willing to quiet your mind so that you can truly hear your truth? You know, it's just like an addiction, right? Sometimes we feel like we can't be without our phone. I remember when I went to London, it was the craziest thing. I was sitting on the plane, and I think what happened was like my water bottle leaked a little bit onto the seat and onto my phone. And next thing I know, my phone is black. And it won't turn on. And I hadn't even arrived to London yet. And I've never been there before. And I'm freaking out. Luckily, I brought my laptop with me. But you know, the lesson in that was that during that whole trip, I was unplugged. And some of you have seen my London speech, the speech that changed my life, that's in my bio. And that was that time. I was so aware of everything that was going on because I was unplugged, and I got to experience London through eyes that were not distracted. If I needed to figure out how to get somewhere, I had to ask people, interact with people on the street, and really trust my intuition and trust others to really help me. And so it was a powerful experience for me. It was a powerful reminder of the power of human connection. So I send you so much love. Remember that you are in control of what you consume. You are in control of what you're plugged into. So take some time every single day to unplug, to find clarity, to find peace in your mind. It will truly, truly, truly build the strength and the positivity of your GPS, your internal GPS, your intuition, your ability to tap in to all the beautiful insight the universe has to offer you for your special and unique gift and your unique purpose. I send you so much love. I'll see you on the next video. I hope you found some gems and jewels in this video. Unplug, 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 and be one with your intuition and your subconscious mind. It's so juicy, all the information that you will get. Send you so much love. See you in the next video. Bye, loves. Keep your head up.